Green Street between Erickson Court and Pleasant Street. First stalled elevator, one person on board on the third floor.
Yeah.
32 Latitude Squad 2.
The other company's probably out of service.
362 Green Street. On the third floor, one person.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm glad the camera didn't fall down there. So aren't you supposed to go the next day? Do they still do that?
They don't do that anymore.
Oh, because you go pick up your check like
Yeah.
on the View
No,
or something
yeah.
weird like that. Oh,
They
they
don't
don't
do
do
that.
that anymore.
This one, they give you the check that night. I'm a Cambridge firefighter. I was on Survivor a couple times.
Not only on, but
But I won.
won.
I won season 31.
season 31. You
Yeah.
were on twice.
I was on twice. I was on season 29. That's Blood vs. Water. And season 31 is Second Chance.
Sorry, you are from Cambridge.
I'm from Cambridge. I grew up off of River Street, Mildred Hamilton place. I lived on Putnam Ave for a while, Howard Street.
Your wife, who was also on the first Survivor with you, which was Blood versus...
Blood vs. Water.
Okay, is she from Cambridge?
No, my wife's from Bellingham.
So the only thing I really remember, as I was telling you about your season with your wife, is she was a firecracker.
Yeah, she is.
And it was no surprise she got voted off early. Did they just edit it to make you look like you were the best husband in the whole damn world, or?
I am the best husband in the world. What are you talking about? No, you know what? I don't know. I think
It seemed like you were you overly emotional as a husband there, or was it the editing? 'Cause
I'm not an emotional guy like that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't cry or anything. But like when they take everything away from you, and like they strip you down, they take your family, everything you love, and you don't eat, and you can't talk to anybody because you don't trust anybody. It really messes with your mind.
do you feel like it was helpful or not helpful to have a loved one out there with you?
For Blood vs. Water, it's not helpful to have a loved one. You want to be out there and you just want to be stripped of everything and just play the game. You don't want to have any emotional ties to anybody. And when you have a loved one, you're always thinking about the loved one.
Right. Being a firefighter, you have to deal with some really emotional situations, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
The methods you use to kind of handle emotional situations you encounter, did that come in handy being on Survivor?
With the fire department, everything that you see, you have to shut it out. You can't take anything to heart. You can't dwell on anything. You just have to just keep moving and do your job. I don't know if it helped me out there, but if it did, I didn't do a good job because I was very emotional. You know, like
You were.
I was a mess. You know, I was a mess. And more than that, like you're in your head more than anything. You know what I mean? And you're overthinking things over and over again.
And when you're on the job, you probably don't do that.
No.
You probably are in autopilot, and it's kind of...
You just do your job.
Explain the process of getting on the show. Just
All right, so I always loved the show.
that show, and only you didn't want to be on a reality
No,
television show.
I looked at Survivor, and I'm a fan of Survivor.
Yes.
They asked us to do Amazing Race. Like, I'm not doing Amazing Race. I don't want anything else.
What is it about Survivor?
I don't know.
You
I'm just a
have
fan of
connection.
it. I'm a
You
fan
just
of
have- Yeah,
Survivor.
because that's what everyone who gets on Survivor says.
Yeah.
Because I'm a fan of Survivor, and I never want to be on it. Right? So there is a difference.
I don't know what it was. I think,
Type A?
you know what?
People?
I'll tell you what. In college, I used to run track. And
Yeah.
in track, we would have workouts. And the workouts would be so strenuous that you would throw up. Okay. So I would stop eating, like on days I had workouts, I wouldn't eat. So I didn't throw up a ton of food and everything.
You were preparing for Survivor when you were a teenager.
That's what I thought.
I swear to God, that is true.
So I said, I can do that. I work out and train on an empty stomach. I don't eat all day. I could do this.
It seems like to want to be on Survivor, you have to be athletic. Like you Like, I'm not athletic, so.
Not necessarily.
Really?
Not necessarily.
Okay. What, do you go online and fill out an application?
You fill an application, you send in a video, 3-minute video. I did that for 10 years.
You did.
I did it every year.
It's a common story with people on Survivor.
Yeah,
They try
they try and try and try.
Yeah, so
and
10
but
years.
every year I would get a call.
You got to call
Every single year they call
And
me.
what do they say?
They would ask me more questions, want another video, more pictures.
Okay.
But at the beginning, you know, I was young. I was
Yeah.
an athlete. I said, I'm going to win all the challenges, this, and this.
Yeah.
That's
what you
not the
said to
game.
them?
That's, yeah. And they would say, oh, yeah, okay, we'll give you a call back.
Okay.
And they wouldn't call me
I
back.
wonder why they didn't want your confidence back then.
Because I think it's so much more of a game than just challenges.
Right.
So they want a full player.
You know what, I'm also going to bring it to a spiritual realm. In your life, the universe said, no, we're waiting for the right moment.
I agree.
Your right moment. Your
I
right
agree.
moment really did come
I
along.
agree.
So they called you back for several years. Now, do they do an extensive background check on you as far as psychological?
They do background checks. They do psychological tests. They call your job. They call references. They call references.
Do they call your doctors?
No, they have their own doctors that they
So
come.
you had a psychiatrist ask you questions?
Yes.
By-
Two of them, 2 different ones.
And by his questioning, did you sort of get a feeling of how it might be out there just by how they?
Not really. I feel like the questioning from the doctors is just a baseline. They want to know where you're at.
Okay.
And I think once you get out there,
a simple how do you handle stress?
they do that. They do
do.
that. There's a questionnaire. There's probably 1,000 questions on it,
Yeah.
and you go through it, and then you have to speak to a doctor after that.
Okay.
It's like hardcore.
Yeah. And it's amazing because they do seem to get the nut jobs on there.
Yeah, yeah.
So
it's good. They're supposed to.
it
That's
makes
good
you
for television.
wonder is that the doctor or is it on purpose? Did you have to go talk to Chief Reardon?
Yeah, I talked to Chief
What'd
Reardon.
you say to Chief Reardon?
It was weird. I told him, this is what I said. I said, I'm not going to use any of the city's time.
Yeah.
I will use all my vacation. I will work for people. I don't need anything. I just need permission to wear the T-shirt.
When they have those food gorges, when they offer you all this
Yeah.
kind of food, I never can sincerely believe that's going on because can only imagine how sick people must be. Did you have one where you ate a lot of food?
I ate, on my first season, we won a challenge and we won tacos.
Ugh.
And there was one guy that was throwing up.
You guys are really, really sick.
It's brutal.
How do you recover from that?
It takes 2 days.
And then when you come back off the show, how long do they make you have a special diet to reacclimate?
Oh, no.
They don't say anything.
So when you
They
come
don't
out the
have
game,
nutritionists.
you're going to eat and you're going to get sick.
Yeah.
And the next person that comes out, you're going to tell them, listen, slow down. This is what we would do. I would say,
Yeah.
slow down. Don't eat a ton. But you're not going to listen to me. So you're going to eat as much as you can and you're going to get sick. You're going to take 2 days before you feel back to,
What
somewhat.
does that feel like? Does that feel like I can't get up or I got stomach cramps or I have to go to the bathroom a lot?
It's both. It's everything.
The people that get voted off first, do they have to stay on the island for the whole 3 months?
The people, the pre-jury, they go back to a place called Ponderosa. That's where Ponderosa is, whether it's a resort or, sometimes it's tents on the beach or cabins on the beach. And they take care of you. They do whatever you want.
The whole time of the filming?
Until the jury gets there.
Okay.
Once the jury gets there, the night before the jury gets there, pre-jury, they send them on a
Is it
trip.
a blackout for them when
Yeah.
they're at Ponderosa?
Oh, yeah. No, you're good. You're good.
It's not you going down the pole again.
No,
is it?
no.
All right, because I had enough of that for one day. Is there a lot of manipulation, producer manipulation?
No, this is what I will tell you this.
39 located 119 Windsor Street.
119 again? 'Cause- all right, so when you're on the boat heading toward the island,
Mm-hmm.
did you at one point go, oh shit, what have I done?
No, you get pumped up. You're like, we're about to do this. You know what
And
I
then
mean?
when you step on the island, what does that feel like?
When you step on, you just want to 100 miles an hour. You just want to go and play.
Going.
You have to pull back because what happens is once you start, if I try to go 100 miles an hour and you're going 50 miles an hour. You're not going to look at me the same way.
Right.
So you kind of have to like.
Yeah, you have to. So your wife being a cop, was she good to like sense out who, you know?
She's good at that. But this is my thing. So she would listen to me.
When you're walking down the streets of Cambridge and assessing who might pick your pocket or who you can say hello to, it's not the same when you get out.
Oh, no, not at all. Out there, you don't trust anybody.
Okay.
When I came home,
Yeah.
I didn't trust the people in the fire station that I work with.
So it psychologically
It messes you up.
reshifts your DNA. That is, and they don't have any psychological.
Yeah, they do.
They
do.
Do they psychologically walk you through?
Yeah.
So they don't nutritionally necessarily.
No.
But they do
Psychologically, yeah.
Okay, so what does the doctor say?
And the doctor you talk to the doctor. They let you come out of it at your pace. You just tell them, how you feel. They listen. Then they try to help you out and tell you, this is how you should overcome these feelings and that. Yeah.
So did you through that process, did you think you were okay, but at one point realize that maybe you weren't? Or did you think they were overreacting, or
I think
you feel demoralized coming out of there?
The second season, I was still on for 2 weeks before I came home. I was in the jury. We still had 2 more weeks of the game.
Yeah.
So I was able to kind of wean myself off. I talked to the doctor a couple times, and I was fine. The season that I won, I didn't talk to the doctor.
Okay.
We came right out the game. The game ends at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And we're on a boat coming back home at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. the next morning. So, it was...
Do they not provide doctors for
They
the
do.
winter? But you didn't...
There was three
There were.
finalists, and the other 2, they talked to the doctor.
But not you?
And I said, I don't need to talk to anybody. I need to just get out of here.
Okay.
And the other finalists, they said, Jeremy's fine. Jeremy just needs to go home to his family.
Do you regret that?
No, I don't regret it. I felt like I was fine. My wife told me afterwards I wasn't fine. She said that it took me at least 2-3 months to come back.
So it's something different than like a post-traumatic stress.
I don't even know what it
weird
is.
'cause you use the word wean off of it, so
It takes a
is it
while.
adrenaline of like playing a game, or
It's paranoia.
in the old days they used to let you bring a luxury item. Do they still do that?
They say you can bring a luxury item. The luxury item would be pictures of your family. It's something like
In the
that.
old days it was something useful that you could use.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore.
Don't?
No.
Oh, that's rude.
Yeah.
All right, so how many cameras are on you, and do they have boom mics?
They have, so when the game first starts, there's 20 people there, 10 on each camp. So if we have 10 people, there's probably 3 or 4 cameras, 3 or 4 boom mics, and some handlers and stuff.
Is it, like, how long does it take to not mistakenly look right into the camera?
That's, you know what? I would say half a day.
Oh, yeah?
I would say half a day.
And then you just kind of get used to
Yeah.
moving around? Because it does. All right. So when the producers take you away to do the little interviews, how do they set that up, like with you? And then also, do you ever think that the other people are in the bushes, like listening to what you're saying?
So when they take us on our interviews, but they call it walks.
Yeah. Do
So-
they come up to you, like if you're sitting around the campfire?
Yeah, and
So
they'll
weird.
come up and they'll have like a producer that will be behind the camera, and they'll point to you and say, Jeremy, walk in 5 minutes. And I'm like, all right. And then I'll grab my stuff and then I head off.
Do they try and keep it secret from the other people? Or?
No. Everybody
everybody
knows you go. That's the way you tell your story.
Yeah.
So everyone has their time
Okay,
to
so
go tell the
everyone's
story.
aware of
Everybody
it.
knows, yeah.
All right, so that does bring me to the question. Then, do you think people are listening?
Oh no, nobody's. They take
control
you
that.
off. Yeah,
right.
that's away from the game. So they take you away from the game. They won't let that jeopardize your game in any way.
Do they manipulate the environment so you guys are bickering with each other?
No, you know what they do? They'll talk to you and say, for instance, they'll say, Kristina, do you trust Jeremy? Oh yes, I trust Jeremy. Oh, you do? Okay. And that's all it takes. I think anytime it affected my game,
Yeah.
it always came back to my original plan. So if I went,
They were leading you kind of in a good direction?
well, I wouldn't say that. I would say so my first inkling is to trust you.
Yes.
So I go to my walk. Then after my walk, I walk away thinking, I can't trust her.
Right.
So then I'll go all day saying, I can't trust her. By the end of the day, and different interviews and having different conversations, I trust you again. You know what I mean? So it just causes, I think what they do is they try to cause more paranoia.
Hey, how much in that trusting department, in hindsight, how much was your intuition correct? Or did your mind and the paranoia make it your intuition, you couldn't even tell?
I don't even know. You're so all over the place.
God.
You're so all over the place. And you know what? I would even say my intuition was wrong more than it was right, because I would look at people and say, no, I'm not going to trust them. And then by the end, I start to talk to them and know them, and then I trust them, you know?
Who of all those people, did somebody really hurt your heart? A lot of people asked me, they were particularly upset that the other firefighter guy went against you.
Oh, yeah.
I felt like that broke a code, and like some kind of brotherhood.
No, there's no
Did that
codes.
hurt?
There's no codes in Survivor. There's no codes, no.
So did you feel hurt by that?
I was pissed at him. I was
Yes.
like
Because
I'm
we're
helping.
both firefighters, or
Not only
because-
that, we're both firefighters, so that should be a bond.
Yes.
Whether it's a bond for a day, you know, an hour, whatever, it should be some type of a bond. You should be able to trust me a little bit, you know. And what he did was he went against me right away.
Immediately.
Immediately.
Was that in 1 or 2?
That was in season 1.
Okay, I remember that guy. He was a redneck.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me ask you this, just because I
Keith, good old
did
Keith.
use the word redneck. He was obviously. Because I got a really important question I have to get to, but did you at all ever feel any kind of racism with the other players?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all.
Do you? Because other people have wanted me to ask you, do you feel like Survivor in the past castings have cast stereotypes of people?
Oh, they want stereotypes.
Because
They
I
want.
feel like I've seen stereotyping, but I don't know if that's my own perception.
It's the stereotypes on steroids. You know what I mean? Like, and when you're out there, it messes you up.
Why do women never have hairy underarms or hairy legs? Or do they?
They do.
They do.
They do.
We never see hairy underarms.
You don't see them in some of the.
I haven't.
I think what they do before they go, some
Yeah.
of them they get lasered and this and that. So you want to be completely bald for as long as possible.
Okay.
Now there are times when there's challenges when their hands are over their hands on day 30.
The camera's not showing it.
Sometimes they do.
They do that?
Yeah, sometimes they do.
So, then of course, now you don't have to answer this question. Women do have periods once
Yeah.
a month. How does that play out in camp? Privately?
We
with
we don't.
producers?
They handle that. If
They
you
handle that.
I have nothing to
How
do with any of
people
that.
really go to the bathroom on Survivor?
You either in the bushes, in the ocean. We always did it in the ocean. The ocean's the best place to go. Ocean's the best place to
I will never
go.
get in the ocean again.
I'm telling you, it's the best. The ocean's huge.
That's gross! All right, listen to this. So everyone wants to know about the bad breath and the bad body odor.
All right.
Really bad? Or do you just get used to it?
It goes away after. You would be
What?
surprised that
What happens?
your body cleanses
you have
itself.
no food.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like
And all you smell
That's
after a while is the smoke from the fire.
okay. So Jeff seems like a cool dude.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Is he a cool
He's
dude?
awesome.
How much does he have to do with you guys? How involved is he with the castmates?
At the beginning of the season, he comes and talks to you.
Just like you see on TV. It is.
I mean, before the season, he'll
Okay.
talk to you.
Yeah.
Then during the season, we only see him at tribal council. We see him at the challenges, and
All right.
and that's basically it.
Here's something that kills me at the challenges. You guys haven't eaten.
Mm-hmm.
They're explaining these intricate rules of these challenges, and you guys are all like, and I'm like, no, I have to rewind to go like, you do what? And then
Yeah,
you do
yeah.
what? Do they like explain?
Oh, yeah.
You guys just get these on the first.
No, they'll tell you just like you see on TV, and then they
They
cut,
the cameras and they.
and then
really
they'll
explain
take you
them.
by group and say, all right, this team, you come with me.
I am so happy to hear
Yeah.
that because I'm thinking another reason I can't be on Survivor. I can't even
Can't follow the rules.
his directions.
No, they do a pretty good job. He'll go right through and and then if you have any questions, they'll answer them. They're really good.
All right, now we're getting through these. Actually, okay, did you make any lasting friendships?
My first season. I'll wait for this.
Yeah, we're almost done.
Oh yeah.
35 questions.
See, you just talk. That's all it is.
But there are, because I've been wanting to ask these questions for years. Do they make you sign anything that you can't talk about Survivor?
No, they just after the season you sign something that you can't talk about the season.
Are people asking these questions about Survivor?
Yeah.
I guess I'm not
I see
paying
people
attention.
at Target and they ask me questions like this all the time. Yeah.
Do they come by the firehouse?
Every once in a
So
while.
people do recognize you.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
It's cool,
It's fine,
it's cool.
Do they want your autograph?
Yeah. Want to take a picture or something? It's funny.
My God.
Yeah.
All right. So, did you make any lifelong friends?
Yeah. So my first season,
Yeah.
Nat, the one that she won, that's her. Nat and Nadia, the twins from Amazing Race.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Right.
They come over the house. We see each
do they
other.
live locally?
They live in New Jersey.
Okay.
So we see them every other month or so.
Awesome.
Yeah. John Rocker. I talked to John Rocker on the
I
phone.
remember that name. I'm gonna have to look him up.
He's the baseball player. See, he was the one.
Wait.
Yes.
Wait. He is a racist.
No.
That's what.
That's
he
my
said.
guy.
Okay.
He's a good
speak for
dude.
John Rocker.
Yeah.
He had some kind of
He was the one that he played on the Braves, and he said some racial things and homophobic things
Right,
when he was and that's all I knew in my mind of John Rocker. So I told my wife, don't trust him. I know him.
Yeah.
And he's not that guy.
This is breaking news.
Yeah.
Have you said this anywhere else?
I told a couple of
Say
people.
this-
I told a couple of
please.
people. He's a
Okay,
good
so
guy.
John Rocker's okay.
He's
and
a great
you guys
guy.
are still buddies.
Yeah. And then second season, I mean, I talked to Savage all the time. I talked
I
to
remember that
Fishback.
name, too. Oh God, these names are all familiar
Yeah.
to me now.
Yeah.
$1 million in this economy seems like.
But $1 million is a good number. They should up it. They should
I
up
think
it.
they should.
At least that if they don't want to up it, at least make it a clear $1 million that they take care of the taxes.
Right. Okay, well let me ask you this important thing to me. So, do you get paid for every day that you're actually on television? Do all those people get like a per diem?
Everybody
or something?
Everybody
How
gets
much
paid.
is that a day?
It all depends on how long.
$500 or?
No, it's more than that.
So-
Everybody gets $10,000.
Okay, good. No, that's what.
Yeah, and then after that,
If
you
you're-
get
if you're like how much you're on.
yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
Because you'll be 20th place or 15th place, it moves up. Every time you stay on 3 more days, you get more money.
You know what? Because I think I interviewed some guy that was on Bravo, and he like on the Tabitha whatever, and he said they didn't get paid.
A lot of things don't get paid.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I know Naked and Afraid, they don't get paid. Nope. And Amazing Race, everyone gets paid, but it's not as much
As Survivor.
as Survivor. Would I go back? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
Did it
would go
take a
back. I
huge
doubt
physical
it.
toll on you?
Yes,
It
yes.
did, it really
Yes,
did?
it's tough. The first time I played, I said, I'll do this every year. You call me
Yeah.
back every year, I'll do it every year. But I was out 2 weeks before. I was out day 25. And day 25 to 39, the difference, it really jacks you up. It jacks you up.
Hey, listen. I think they need to go to a cold environment. I'm tired.
No. People will die. People will die.
People are excited. Each,
Okay, let me tell you this.
Like,
No.
you can't tell the difference.
Yes.
You can't
Nicaragua,
over
it was easy. Cambodia broke me. Cambodia is tough.
Well, that didn't come over on camera. You guys all.
I think it did.
It did?
I feel like it did.
Really?
I feel like it did. I feel like when I was watching it,
It looks the same. It looks like beach, trees.
oh, it's brutal.
rain.
Oh, no. It was
bad.
it rained for I think 4 or 5 straight days.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
No, I'm not saying that I would enjoy that. I'm saying as a viewer,
I feel
I've
like-
seen that thing over and over and over. I want to see like snow tundras.
No. Well, this season,
be
the next
surviving.
season on Wednesday, it's coming on
What is
Wednesday,
it?
and
Where is it? Are you
they
allowed
had
to
to.
say?
Yeah, it's been on TV.
Oh,
the
what-
commercials.
Yeah, where?
They have to evacuate everybody. There's a monsoon coming through, and first 2 or 3 days in, they take everybody, and they have to take everybody out.
Oh my God, Jeremy, we survived 35 questions.
That was easy.
I know. Oh, by the way, thanks for the job you do.
Oh,
Your
thank
life on the
you.
line for
Oh,
us.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Because you're my fireman in my neighborhood. So hopefully I won't see you.
Yeah, hopefully, no, we don't want that.
Medical assist, 240 Albany Street, 1357.
Yeah,
Hey,
another one.
How Cambridgey did you get that on? That's so Cambridgey. Okay, I'll